Alright, real quick before we get into the video, I just wanted to show I do not own New Land Beyond, as you can see. For all the people that's saying I'll be back in Edge of Fate, I have the pre-order now thing. I tried clicking on it right before I started the video and it automatically put it into my cart in Steam. So I don't want to click on it again and get it in there because I removed it. But yeah, I just wanted to show that. So that is one bit of housekeeping. The next bit of housekeeping, in my last video, I shouted out Nuktuk on Twitter because he had a tweet replying to G Miners, but I did not shout out his YouTube channel. So go follow Nuktuk. He is a cracked gamer. He's an amazing editor, and more importantly, he's just a really good person. We worked together for over a year. Yeah, I also edit videos for me and G Miners. So yeah, anyways, go check out Nuktuk. He's awesome. Like I said, super good person. Love you, dude. And speaking of promoting, go follow what will be my new channel. I have put the wraps on my Sekiro review. Sekiro renewed my love for gaming. And yeah, listen to me gush about this incredible game for 20 minutes. It is such an awesome game. I'm so pumped to be doing game reviews. It has been a lot of fun playing different games. So yeah, go check out my channel where I'll be putting all that and just general gaming news. This channel that I currently have and that you're watching this video on will just be for probably dunking on Bungie for the dumb stuff they do and just dumping clips and streaming on. So yeah, but anything Bungie related I still will have on this channel, but everything outside of that will be on my new channel. And yeah, I loved Sekiro, go play it if you haven't. And now let's jump into the video. So a whole bunch of people were in my comment section on my video yesterday saying, oh, I bet you won't make a video when Destiny makes this better, blah, blah, blah. So they did release a tweet and they did change their schedule or whatever. So basically, I think it's now 2 weeks per thing, something. I don't know. I've just been like seeing things. But yeah, I think every 2 weeks now. And then there's like a Lootapalooza on July 8th, which confirms what I've been saying for a long, long time, which is the best way to play Destiny is by waiting to play Destiny. So if you wanted to play play an entire episode, wait until Act 3 when you're not stuck behind time gating bullshit. Also, they always release more things, increase drop rates, this and that. So yeah, if you want to play Destiny, just wait to play Destiny. So honestly, I would wait until July 8th. Anyways, obviously you might think, oh, he's gonna praise Bungie for reverting this poor decision that they made. But no, I'm not. I said on Twitter how I laughed last week that all 3 dungeons weren't available. And it's just really embarrassing how little we expect from Bungie, that they can go from 3 weeks to 2 weeks. And now you have people praising them. W change, like it's cringe. Better, that is fine. It is better. It's still shit though. Like, we shouldn't be expecting the bare minimum. 3 weeks down to 2 weeks, it still should have been all of them released at once. And if they can do this Lootapalooza, then why couldn't they just do this for the entire 10 weeks? Drum up some interest, get people excited about your game, like they did with Into the Light and with Pantheon. If content is good, people will just want to keep playing it over and over. But I think Bungie deep down knows the content is not that great. Because at the end of the day, this is 3 reused dungeons, and they just have some new mechanics. While I think it's cool, and it does give you something to do, yeah, it is still pretty bare bones content, and the weapons will be, like, everything that you're grinding for is about to be power crept in Edge of Fate. So I did just want to point that out, and the rest of the video will just be responding to Aztecross's video that he made on this. So you can see the title is Victory, which again, I still think this isn't much of a victory, but it does go to show that feedback matters. So for all the people saying you're a bunch of whiners and complainers and just shut the fuck up and eat the shit that Bungie serves you, no, it's good to push back. Shout out to Swetsicle, shout out to Llama, to G Miners, to Aztecross, to Datto, even to all these creators that pushed back on this. Fallout Plays. Bungie did listen, but again, I'm not going to give them praise because they started the fire and now they put it out. So it's like they still created this problem in the first place. Like I said, they could have just done a 10-week Lootapalooza, and how hyped would that have got everyone? You know, they just, again, they're doing the bare minimum. It's like, why don't you go above and beyond and drum up interest? But we know why. You have to be wary of over delivery.
Everybody, we've got some good news to start the day off with. Turns out, bullying kind of works.
True,
From the
what I just
Destiny
said.
2 team here. Starting today, our planned Rite of the 9 dungeon calendar will be changing. Each dungeon will be featured for 2 weeks as opposed to 3, and we are increasing the non-nary manifold currency drop rates, which can be exchanged for additional weapons. With this change, Ghost of the Deep will now launch next Tuesday, May the 20th, followed by Prophecy.
Increasing nonary manifold currency drop rates. So again, they could have increased this already, just like enhancement prisms and ascendant shards. Like, they should have a way higher cap than they do. The glimmer cap, all these things are in place to keep you constantly playing so that you can't just stock up forever, so that you don't have to play content you don't want to play anymore. You need to always be playing.
On June the 3rd. Again, the original layout, well, we didn't know it was going to be the original layout, but the original layout that they gave to us yesterday was that it was going to be one dungeon every 3 weeks, which was a terrible cadence. Because it's not like these are like brand new dungeons to begin with, you know what I mean? They're old dungeons. Yes, they have maybe some slight tweaks here and there, but for the most part, it's the same dungeon. Now,
yes,
alongside the above change.
But I think the changes are cool. I'll give them credit. I haven't played Spire the Watcher, but I've seen the changes that they made. Shout out Sutek and Special Hero. I watch their speedruns because I just like watching speedruns. It's cool. And yeah, the changes seem to be good.
The second week of a given dungeon will also feature increased weapon drops, where rewards can drop from any enemy defeated during your dungeon.
That's cool. Get a drop from an enemy defeat. But again, in the second week. So again, they're just trying to drum up interest in that second week. All the hardcores are going to go out and farm it in the first week, when, like I just said, the best way to play Destiny is by always waiting. And this just proves it. If you wait one more week, you're going to have increased drops. So you'll be getting more drops if you're playing it for the loot. If you're just playing it for the fun, which is what like Sutek and Special and those guys do, I get that. They don't need the loot. But if you are just playing it for the loot, then wait.
Playthrough. Holofoils are included in this as well. So if it's my understanding, right now.
I do just want to talk about holofoils as well, because those are funny. I barely played any episode heresy stuff, but from what I understand, there's like adepts, and then there's adept holofoils, but not every adept rolls with 2 origin traits and double perks. Basically, there's like 4 or like 6 different tiers of these weapons, which is what's coming in Edge of Fate. But I did just want to talk about that because, as cool as that is, trust me, I love weapons with multiple perks. I grinded Master Salvation's Edge so that I could get the Chaos Reshaped and Chill Clip sniper rifle that I wanted, so that I could get that non-denouement with Volt Shot and like all those things. I love multiple perks, but what they're doing when they're doing that is it's like, oh, I got the God roll, but I don't have it on a roll with multiple other rolls, so I want to keep grinding. It's just a way to keep you grinding, which is good. I mean, that is what a looter shooter is about, is attaining the best loot. But like I said, the cynical side of me just sees these changes that they've made as just a way to keep you playing.
At this very moment, inside of Spire, you should be getting increased weapon drops, as well as the increased holofoils as well, correct? Has anyone was this something that was already happening, or is this like an update that's happening? Okay, so it's not happening yet. No, not yet. Gotcha. All right, now for this week, for this week, we are rapidly working on an update that will turn on increased weapon drops in Spire the Watcher until Ghost of the Deep becomes the featured dungeon next week.
See, so they're rapidly working on this. So, like, now they're taking dev resources away from whatever else they could be working on to appease the community, when they could have just done this in the first place and everyone would have been super hyped. Like, holy shit, this is raining loot on me. I remember people liking the coil because of how much it rained loot on you. So now they want to give a stingy dungeon so that you'll keep running it over and over and over again, trying to get the rolls, which again will be more or less obsolete come Edge of Fate, so in like 2 months from now. If they designed it to drop more loot from the beginning, people would have been more hyped about this event. Like, even when it dropped, it didn't have a reception like Into the Light or Pantheon did. Let's just say that.
We'll let you know when that's deployed. Okay.
But if they had made it super loot heavy or whatever, done really innovative things from a gameplay side, like, it would have been received better. And this is just like the minimum viable product that I've been talking about for a while now.
So literally just keep reading. Drops are not increased yet, but it's coming. Starting on June the 17th, all Ride in the 9 dungeons will be available to play at any time on any difficulty, and increased currency drops will be active for all 3 dungeons. Each week.
There you go. So June 17th, then you can play them all, which is what I said should have been the case 1 week ago. I thought they should have all been available day 1, and then increased currency drops will be active for all 3 dungeons after June 17th. So again, why can't it just be that way now? Because now that they've adjusted their schedule, they need to give people an incentive and a reason to come back after June 17th so they can keep their player metrics up for 1 month from June 17th until the launch of Edge of Fate.
Weekend featured dungeon will have increased weapon drops. This will begin with Aspire the Watcher on June the 17th, followed by Ghost of the Deep on June the 24th, and ending with Prophecy on July the 1st. Now right here, this is the final week leading up to the launch of Apollo. On July 8th, a Lootapalooza will begin. All 3 dungeons will have all reward bonuses enabled for the final week of the episode Heresy, alongside a new way to spend your non-nary manifold currencies. We hope this gives all Guardians ample time to hunt for holofoils and adepts as they prepare for the Edge of Fate's launch on July the 5th.
So why couldn't they just have the Lootapalooza active at the start of this event, which was last week? Like I said, all 3 dungeons could have been available and have a crap ton of loot. People can jump in and out as they please, as works with their schedule. Not everyone is a streamer and lives on Destiny. It's springtime now. A lot of people have a lot of stuff going on. You got wedding season and stags and stagettes. I know for me, I'm building a deck this weekend, and then the weekend after that, I'm finishing the rest of my landscaping and gonna finish our fence and whatever. The point is, people have lives and things to do. So July 8th is like the middle of summer. Lots of people have summer vacation. So you get 1 week of this Lootapalooza. Make it 10 weeks. Give people a chance to get in at a time that works for them. But like I said, what's driven me away from the game so much is that I can't play it on my own terms anymore. And I mean, I never really could, but I dealt with it because I enjoyed making content on the game. I enjoyed playing the game. But the further I get away from the game, it's just more and more plain for me to see. And that's why I'm making these videos, to point it out to you guys as well. Because like I said, if my channel has ever been one thing, it's to teach Destiny. And right now, a lot of people don't like it because I'm just teaching the business side and the dark side of Destiny rather than the gameplay side, which is what I used to be all about.
God, that sound like crap, dude. Man, I'm just peel my fucking head off. You hear me? I'm gonna just peel this mother. I'm gonna just blast this shit. Let me just say this. Good change. Good change. This makes just substantially more sense. The fact that we were getting the 3 dungeon, or we were getting 1 dungeon over 3 weeks with a single holofoil drop per week, right? As the main focus of loot that we were going after. Jesus, I wouldn't even call that drip. That's drip fed. That's just a drop. I mean, that's nothing. We got on the other day, Tuesday. We did our 1 run and that was it. This makes more sense that the dungeon rolls out. Okay, first week everyone's kind of getting their feet wet, and then the second week it rolls out with increased drops and increased drop holofoils. All the more reason to still keep farming it for that second week. And I think a 2-week turnaround between each of these dungeons, I can live with. My question.
I can live with. Still not hyped, but it's less shitty than it was before, which is true. It's a positive change. I'm not going to deny that. It is better than what it was. Is it still good? In my opinion, still could be a lot better.
Who thought the 3-week idea was a good idea?
Justin Truman, the executives that care about weekly active users. That's who.
You know what I mean? I'm happy this is happening, but who was?
I'll tell you who didn't think it was a good idea is all the devs and all the people, especially the community management side of the, like DMG and those guys. They definitely knew there'd be backlash to this. And I really feel for those guys because they're the ones that take the brunt of it. And I bet there was developers pushing against this, but we've all worked a job where your voice doesn't really matter and the managers are going to do what the managers are going to do. So it's a shame.
It was like, 3 weeks, 1 dungeon, no increased drops.
Ship it.
Sounds pretty good to me. Pete.
Pete.
Who knows? Regardless, I'm glad they heard. And by the way, it wasn't just us. It was everyone in the community talking about it. Even Frost.
Good job. That's why you need to make your voice heard. And that's why I'm making these videos. Because I still do care about my community. I have a Discord shout out my Discord, link in the description. But the people that joined that Discord joined because we had a shared love for Destiny. These guys still love Destiny. They want to play Destiny. Just let them enjoy your game. And it's like, that's why part of the reason I want to make these videos is so that Bungie hopefully listens and changes their ways for the people that still do enjoy Destiny.
It's just like normally like super chill, and Frost was he was pretty hot the other day when we got on Tuesday and didn't have the second dungeon lined up.
I swear to God, he always. Why do they time gate us? They always do this.
Why do they time gate us? They always do this. Yes, this is how I kept feeling. And unlike Frost and all these guys, I've just had enough of it, to be honest. Like, I just can't keep doing it to myself, which is why I've moved on. And I know that's a meme as well. Everyone is gonna grill me again for making another Destiny video, but I have moved on from caring about the game. I truly have. Like I said, the reason I make these videos, I'll admit it, is partly for views. People meme on me for that too. My Astrobot review has less than 1,000 views. I don't think it's a bad video. That's just the way the YouTube algorithm works. People subscribe to me for Destiny, so if it's not Destiny content, they're not going to watch it. And I don't blame anyone for not watching that. I don't watch non-Destiny content, or I didn't when I was into Destiny hardcore. So, but again, that's just the way the algorithm works. I've never, and we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't equate views and metrics to quality, because I really liked my Astrobot review and I stand by everything I said in that. I really liked the video. Just because it didn't do well, so what? I have made my god roll guides get pretty good views, and they take me like a couple hours start to finish, and my subclass school took me a week for each subclass, so over a month of work, and I get way less views on the god roll guides, but I'm way more proud of my subclass school. So I just want to point that out. I don't really care about the views. You guys can meme on me. Doesn't really bother me. I'm making content that I want to make.
3 weeks lined up the new content release, I believe. I know it lines up the new content. It doesn't make it better though. It still doesn't make it better. And look, you have many examples of this not working. For example, Iron Banner. Does anyone here like 2 weeks of Iron Banner? Look, right? Back
to the point I made about waiting to play Destiny. If you waited until like the last week to play Iron Banner, on the very first reward track, they were giving away a god roll air triggered chill clip to Nash's. But some people grinded it out the first week. So again, just reiterating my point that it pays to wait to play Destiny.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you like 2 weeks of Iron Banner. Sure, yes. Most people say no to 2 weeks of Iron Banner. Bear, you don't even play this game anymore. Bear, I haven't seen you log into Destiny since before. I guarantee you the Virgin would pull me through the content. Pull out, and we will see. We will do. Bear, and that was probably Mike. I thought that maybe Pantheon would be something. Nothing about Pantheon as well. Again, that was probably Mike. I thought that maybe Pantheon would be something that returns. Didn't Bungie mention something about Pantheon? That's
quick criticism about Aztecross. He does do this a lot. Like the whole red subclass thing was so ridiculous to me. I saw thumbnails. I never watched videos because that was just pure speculation. And same with Pantheon. And Scarrow actually had a tweet recently about don't get like too hyped up for Wrath of the Machine coming back, because Bungie has said in the past that it's never coming back. But at the same time, they also said that about Galahorn. They said that about Icebreaker. They probably said that about No Land Beyond, and they're all back. So, and they said that sunsetting would never, ever, ever come back. And again, I also said I was done making Destiny videos. Like, this is just how life goes. You can't predict the future. So yeah, Bungie may have said in the past that these things won't happen, but you never know. Wrath could come back. And I'm not saying it's going to, and I'm certainly not saying you should get your hopes up, but this is a fault of Aztecross for like thinking that Pantheon was coming, maybe hyping up his community that it was, only to be let down because it's not.
That's why like this whole like time frame confused me, because I was under the like I just thought it would have been an easy layup to have Pantheon return that final 3-4 weeks leading up to the launch of Apollo. Maybe I got too ahead of myself here. Maybe it's not gonna happen, you know. Probably
yeah, got too ahead of himself, and that's fine. Like, the guy is on stream. I want to give a shout out to Aztecross. He is the hardest working dude I think I've ever seen or known. Like, I don't know. I make content. Obviously, I don't have a team of people. I worked with basically Nuktuk and one other editor for like a year tops. Basically, I was doing it all on my own, but the amount of voice recording he does, he's always streaming. Like, this guy, he works his ass off. They have multiple videos a day, and I know it's other editors just farming or like compiling clips from his stream and whatever. But this guy is there day in, day out, doing his thing. Like, he works incredibly hard. So yeah, if he says something on stream, like, we all say things that we didn't quite mean or it came out wrong or whatever, but you're on stream, so then you can't take it back. It's a big reason I like to script a lot of my videos, so that I really can get my point across in a way that I'm intending to do so. But when you stream as much as he does, that's going to happen. Like, maybe the chat was getting him hyped. Oh, Pantheon, or maybe he read some rumor or leak or whatever. We don't know.
They would have mentioned it, but I could have swore they mentioned something about Pantheon. Maybe it's for the future content. Maybe they mentioned Pantheon-like content. Lamau, they did not, bud. All right, regardless, what we do know for sure is that Dungeons is going to be, you know, the main appetizer, entree, dessert, all the way through until the launch of Apollo. And regardless of whether or not, you know, however what you may feel about the Dungeons, I think it being on a 2-week cadence with its drops increasing the second week, much better way to go. They did indeed say Pantheon-like. I thought they did. They said that a Pantheon-like event will be coming at the end of Renegades.
There you go. So maybe there is one coming in the future.
I got my. That's like the guy that came in yesterday and said that, lol, don't even care about this. GTA's coming out in 2 weeks, when in fact it's 2026. I too have gotten my timetables mixed up. All right, let's check the comments.
Which is fair. Everybody makes mistakes.
I had to leave the Shrek comment. W Bungie listening to player base. No.
Yeah, again, I find this cringe because you see it a lot. All the big creators, W, blah, 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 like, always just kind of stroking Bungie for, like I said, this is a mess that they created. It's literally the least, I guess it's not quite the least they could do. The least they could do would have been to stick with the schedule, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Just before Age of Fate. W's so big, my hairline took a step back to see it. Nice. W changes, W feedback
looks perfect. No, it doesn't, Raffle Waffles. I understand you're new to Destiny and it's all fresh and fun and exciting, but perfect would have been 10 weeks of Lootapalooza. Let it be a Lootapalooza from last week when the Right of the Nine launched. Bungie's listening, W. It's like, yeah, how would they not have known this reception was coming? They shouldn't have to listen anymore. They've been listening, quote unquote, for 10 years. They should just know that this was going to be unpopular and just do something that would get people excited.
Perfect. Now this is open communication like we like to see. Thank you, Nice.
And again, this isn't a massive W. Like, Above is a really cool guy. I've communicated with him through Discord. He has good content. I've got nothing. That's another thing. I've got nothing against anyone that likes Destiny. I liked it up till freaking 3-4 months ago. But it's just the bootlicking of a corporation that's annoying. Like, just quit shilling for the company. You can, again, it's not a massive W. A massive W would have been Lootapalooza from last week. This is a concession to appease the angry mob. Let's call it what it is.
Bungie's listening, W, massive W. Thank you for listening, communicating. Please continue to be clear and transparent about the stuff moving forward. I fucking love Sweat, dude. Always like comes in. He's like, thank you. But let me pull out this old stream when you said we were gonna be getting this shit once a week. Sweat be riding that ass, man. I'm that. I just,
as he should be. Fucking keep criticizing him, Sweat, because these videos, again, I'm making it so that maybe I can do my part to make Destiny better in the future. I'm not going to stick around to see that future because I'm tired of getting burnt. But for those of you that are, and I know there's lots of you, I've seen you in my comment section saying, I'm with Bungie, ride or die till the server shut off. I at least want it to be good for you, ride or dies. Like, genuinely, I do. That's why I'm using my platform to, call out Bungie on their shitty practices.
Thanks. All right. You know, let me just say this. Let me just bring this up. What if this was a play? Hey, we're gonna tell them we're gonna give them a dungeon for 3 weeks. Community's gonna blow up. All right, we're gonna walk it back just 1 week.
What the hell does this remind you of? Trump and tariffs. Fucking 150%. Oh, now we concede. Oh, now tariffs are back on. Like, he doesn't have some master plan. There's that meme. It's like art of the deal and whatever else. It's embarrassing, especially because they're running a country. This is much smaller fish to fry what we're dealing with, because at the end of the day, this is a video game and it's just content that you're going to get eventually, but then again, it does go away. So again, I understand that FOMO mindset, but the cynical side of me believes that what Cross is saying here could be true. They want to give the worst possible thing so that they can walk it back to look like Bungie good guy. On my last video, someone reminded me that Into the Light was supposed to be 1 weapon a week for 12 weeks instead of 2 for 6 weeks. And I had forgotten about that, but it's true. They started with the worst possible way to roll it out, and then when they roll it back, as you can see, the guys like Above and Fallout, or I don't know if Fallout was in there, sorry if he was or wasn't, but all those other creators, right, saying thank you, W Bungie, massive W. It's not a massive W. They created this mess, and they're conceding, and again, they're not even going above and beyond. They shaved off 1 week when you could do a 10-week Lootapalooza.
Okay, all right, let it blow up, let the meltdown happen, walk it back 1 week, all right? Dude, talk about some reverse psychology. You know what I mean?
They're master manipulators. I've been saying it.
Definitely wasn't to play this fucking guy. I'm just saying.
And there you go. Here's the streamers defending Bungie or saying they're not like that. Well, they did it just a year ago with Into the Light. And I'm sure down in the comments, write down other times that you've seen this bullshit happen. Because I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's happened in the past.
I'm just saying. Honestly, what I'm getting from this, if I ever find myself in a position of running a live service game and dealing with the community, I think this is the...
It's called the Overton window. So you like moving the goalposts. That's the actual like definition of it. So yeah, again, Bungie has lowered the bar so much that when they do something that still isn't even a win, people perceive it as a win because they conceded from something that was already horrible into something that's not as bad. It's still not good. It's just less bad.
The solution that I would probably introduce. Give them a shitty solution right out the gate. So then when I introduce the less shitter solution, they like it. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a not an uncommon strategy. You know.
Yes, Cross.
You know, I'm not saying that's what happened here. Who knows? Regardless, it's good to see Bungie walk this back. Whether this was some long play to pull back community sentiment to get them on board for 2 weeks, whatever the case. I think this...
Yeah, we'll never know. But again, the cynical side of me, the side that has seen Bungie do this manipulative shit time and time and time again, I think Cross is onto something there.
It's still great for us. We get the first week to run the dungeon, the second week to get the increased drops and holofuls, and then the dungeon rotations are on every 2 weeks. And so we'll be able to get the content, get the new drops. I'm here for it.
There you go. Like you said, it's less bad. You get 1 week to have fun with it and refine your strategies, and then the next week you can farm and loot like crazy. Anyways, just wanted to make a video because, like I said, I actually do enjoy making these videos. That's why I'm making them. So yeah, go subscribe to my other channel, go subscribe to Nuktuk, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.